Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coins TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. The Washington quarter dollar of 1965 holds a very special and historic place in American coin history because this year marked a major turning point in U.S. coinage, making the 1965 quarter one of the most talked about coins among collectors even today, as this was the first year the United States stopped using 90% silver in quarters and officially introduced the copper-nickel clad composition. A decision driven by rising silver prices and massive hoarding during the early 1960s, and while millions of these coins were produced, a Washington quarter from 1965 in very fine condition still carries strong collector appeal due to its sharp portrait of George Washington, clearly visible hair details, readable, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, and a bold eagle on the reverse, symbolizing strength and national pride. But what truly elevates this coin into the realm of high market interest are the unique and rare varieties associated with this year, including transitional error coins struck on leftover 90% silver planchettes, double die errors, off-center strikes, and misaligned dies, which have fascinated numismatists for decades and transformed ordinary-looking quarters into extraordinary treasures, with documented auction results showing that authenticated 1965 quarters struck on silver planchettes or with major mint errors have sold for hundreds to even thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and certification, making this coin a perfect example of how history, rarity, and timing collide in the world of coin collecting. And even standard clad examples in very fine condition remain popular entry-level collectibles because they represent the end of America's silver coin era, a moment that forever changed U.S. money, and today collectors carefully weigh these coins, inspect their edges for silver coloration, test their weight, and seek professional grading services in hopes of discovering a hidden rarity, proving that the Washington quarter dollar of 1965 is far more than loose change. It is a powerful historical artifact, a reminder of economic transformation, and for the lucky few, a coin that can carry remarkable market value reaching from hundreds into the thousands of dollars, cementing its legacy as one of the most intriguing modern-era quarters in American numismatic history. Building further on its historical importance, the Washington quarter dollar of 1965 continues to capture the imagination of collectors because it sits at the exact crossroads between tradition and modernity in U.S. minting, and coins from this year in very fine condition often showed just enough circulation wear to confirm authenticity while still preserving the strong rim, distinct lettering, and recognizable eagle feathers that collectors look for when evaluating desirability. But beyond surface appearance, the true excitement surrounding the 1965 quarter comes from the intense hunt for rare minting anomalies, as the U.S. Mint was under enormous pressure to produce coins quickly during this transitional period, leading to rushed production, relaxed quality control, and the accidental release of coins with dramatic errors, including clipped planchettes, broad strikes, double strikes, and the legendary silver-clad transitional pieces that weigh more than standard issues. And when such coins are professionally authenticated by grading services, their market value can jump dramatically, often reaching several $100s for minor errors and well into the thousands of dollars for confirmed silver or major error varieties, placing the 1965 Washington quarter among the most searched modern quarters in the collector market, while auction houses and private sales continue to report strong demand driven by both seasoned numismatists and new collectors. Hoping to discover a rare example hiding in old collections or inherited coin jars, and as years pass, the historical context of this coin only grows stronger because it represents a moment when everyday Americans experienced a visible change in their money, making the 1965 quarter not just a collectible object but a tangible symbol of economic policy, metal scarcity, and national adaptation, ensuring that its reputation, market interest, and long-term collectible value remain powerful forces within the world of U.S. coin history. As the story of the Washington quarter dollar 1965 continues, its long-term significance becomes even clearer when viewed through the lens of modern numismatics, because collectors today are not only buying a coin, they are investing in a historic transition-era artifact that represents the final break from precious metal circulation in everyday American life, and a 1965 quarter in very fine condition often serves as the perfect balance between affordability and visual appeal, showing honest circulation wear while still retaining strong design integrity, which makes it especially attractive to collectors who appreciate authenticity rather than overly polished or altered surfaces. And as demand grows globally, particularly among international collectors fascinated by U.S. coinage history, the market for certified and error variety examples continues to strengthen, with documented sales proving that rare transitional silver strikes, high-grade error coins, and exceptionally preserved specimens can command prices ranging from several $100s to well over $1,000, especially when accompanied by professional grading and provenance. And beyond financial value, the 1965 Washington quarter has become a teaching tool for collectors, often used to explain mint composition changes, edge analysis, weight comparison, and the importance of careful examination, turning what appears to be a common coin into a gateway for deeper understanding of coin collecting. And this ongoing fascination ensures that the 1965 quarter remains relevant, collectible, and highly discussed in online forums, auctions, and YouTube channels, proving that even a single coin from a pivotal year can carry a powerful story, enduring market demand, and the potential for remarkable value in the hands of those who recognize its true historical importance. Looking even deeper, the Washington quarter dollar of 1965 stands as a reminder that true value in coin collecting is not always about age alone but about context, scarcity within abundance, and historical disruption, and this is exactly why collectors continue to analyze this coin decades later, especially examples preserved in very fine condition, where the balance between circulation wear and remaining detail tells the story of real use during a transformative economic era. And many experienced numismatists emphasize that the 1965 quarter is one of the most misunderstood coins in circulation because while standard clad versions are common, the hidden rarities mixed within this massive mintage are what fuel excitement, competition, and rising prices, as transitional silver strikes, planchette errors, and die varieties from this year are now actively hunted, professionally graded, and fiercely bid on in auctions, sometimes selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars when authenticity and condition align. And as time moves forward, fewer unsearched coins remain, increasing the scarcity of undiscovered error pieces and strengthening long-term market demand, while YouTube videos, collector forums, and auction records continue to spotlight new discoveries, reigniting interest and inspiring viewers to recheck old coin rolls, family collections, and inherited change jars, proving that the Washington quarter of 1965 is not just a relic of monetary change but a living chapter in numismatic history, where knowledge, patience, and attention to detail can transform an ordinary-looking coin into a historically powerful and financially significant collectible that continues to grow in reputation and market importance year after year. Continuing this journey through numismatic history, the Washington quarter dollar of 1965 gains even more depth when we consider how collector awareness has evolved over time, because for many years these quarters were dismissed as ordinary pocket change, overlooked and undervalued, yet as research expanded and more transitional errors were officially confirmed, the perception of this coin shifted dramatically, and today collectors actively study strike quality, rim definition, surface texture, and edge coloration in very fine condition examples, knowing that even subtle clues can point toward a rare variety, and this growing knowledge has fueled a steady rise in demand, particularly for professionally certified coins, where grading adds trust, market confidence, and liquidity, allowing prices to climb into the hundreds of dollars for notable errors and far higher for confirmed silver planchet strikes, while historical context continues to elevate this coin's importance, as it reflects a time when the U.S. Mint struggled to balance economic reality with public trust, removing silver quietly to prevent panic, which in turn created one of the most fascinating transitional periods in American coinage, ensuring that the 1965 Washington quarter remains not only collectible but deeply symbolic of change, adaptation, and the hidden complexity behind everyday money. Moving into an even broader perspective, the long-term investment potential of the Washington quarter $1965 becomes increasingly compelling as modern collectors and investors recognize that transitional era coins often outperform expectations over time, especially when paired with documented rarity and strong historical narratives, and a very fine condition example serves as an ideal foundation for both beginners and seasoned collectors, offering visible detail, honest wear, and strong eye appeal without excessive cost, yet still carrying the possibility of being something extraordinary. And as global interest in U.S. coins continues to grow, driven by online marketplaces, auction platforms, and educational content, competition for verified rare varieties intensifies, pushing market values upward and reinforcing the idea that the 1965 quarter is no longer just a common clad coin but a potentially high-value historical artifact, and this sustained attention ensures that the Washington quarter of 1965 will continue to be researched, collected, and celebrated for generations, standing as proof that even coins born in times of economic uncertainty can emerge as enduring symbols of history, opportunity, and remarkable market value within the ever-evolving world of numismatics. At the highest level of numismatic appreciation, the Washington quarter dollar of 1965 represents a fascinating blend of mass production and accidental rarity, a paradox that keeps collectors endlessly engaged, because while hundreds of millions of these quarters were struck, only a tiny fraction possess the unusual characteristics that elevate them into the category of serious collectibles, and this reality drives collectors to study very fine condition examples with intense focus, examining luster remnants, strike sharpness, planchet quality, and edge composition to identify clues that separate an ordinary clad coin from a historically significant anomaly. And as documented discoveries continue to surface, particularly silver transitional strikes and dramatic mint errors, the market responds with strong enthusiasm, often pushing confirmed examples into four-figure price ranges, reinforcing the idea that knowledge is the true currency in coin collecting. And beyond financial considerations, the 1965 quarter has earned its place in educational discussions, museum exhibits, and online content because it marks a silent but powerful shift in how governments respond to economic pressure, metal shortages, and public behavior, making each surviving coin a tangible witness to that change. And as time passes, the number of untouched examples steadily declines, intensifying scarcity and further strengthening demand, ensuring that the Washington quarter dollar of 1965 remains not only relevant but increasingly respected, valued, and pursued within the global numismatic community, where history, mystery, and potential reward continue to intersect in a single, deceptively simple coin.